Okay, this was the episode for the God of High School that I actually did genuinely feel and think was going to be the episode that really kind of showcases us where this show is going, which direction it's going. We all should have known by this point that there's going to be way more to the show than just high school tournament fighting, because there's so many things being cameoed in the background, villains. There was certain kind of dialogue being said in short, quick scenes that insinuated there's much more going on. Of course, the fruits being given to Jin, saying only an ordinary human couldn't eat those; they wouldn't live. And then they lay it on us. They have beasts coming. They have gods coming. They have heroes coming. They have all these different kind of mythological kind of beings coming to this show and or series, and that's going to be awesome. Now, whenever we're looking at what actually has transpired this episode, I have not felt a threat level like this, quite like this, since Attack on Titan enemies. Another series that I would compare it to would be like the Akatsuki from Naruto. I mean, maybe some enemies from Tokyo Ghoul. The way they took out not one like kind of administrator level kind of fighter from the looks of it, they took out the announcer, and they also took out Q, the green-haired guy that we saw, of course, Jin fight. And we saw that Jin was most definitely very overwhelmed whenever he brought up that demon and began to fight Jin with that. And we see that he gets taken down. It looks like he gets taken down relatively easily, because the enemy did not look very tired, nor did he look beat up. That's two key players and the CL, out of these CL employees and or admins that are now gone, like not just out of commission, like they are permanently gone. They've met their demise per se. And to see an enemy threat level this intense and already doing this kind of damage to our, I guess, protagonist side, which is Park Mujin, who would have thought he was a good guy, at least from what it seems, that's not good. That's a threat level. That is a statement from the villains, not just to the protagonist, but to the viewer. Like, hey, we're going to take this very serious, and there's gonna be people that don't make it to the end of the show and or series. It may not be our main three characters, but everyone around them may not be there. And it looks as if we're Park Mujin and them are going to be way more impactful. They're going to play bigger roles. Now they're here to be part of the main cast per se, it seems. And if they're not going to be part of the main cast, the plot's going to start to run through them now, because they have to, since they have all the answers. You got to think about that. And I can't wait to see Park Mujin Sensei also be the teacher to, well, Jin, as we saw he was going to be. This is going to be awesome, because now we know Park Mujin has a tie to Jin's grandpa through the guy that actually trained Park Mujin. And that's something that's really interesting. And we got to see a little bit of Jin's grandfather and what he is capable of. He's a monster. All we got to see is a flash, but we got to see the damage in which was left behind. So nonetheless, he's a monster, and we all know that now. So if you look even deeper, you got to think about this. Park Mujin's name is the Tiger Cub. The six that he summoned are obviously, they're just ungodly. They're beyond any administrator he has within him, among the people in the black suits. These guys are monsters, right? And we find out that not only are they monsters, we find out that Park Mujin is the Tiger Cub. That's his nickname. And he refers to Jin and, of course, Hans as Tiger Cubs. So that must mean he will train them at some point in time. Who knows? But nonetheless, you see that there's a connection now. And he always referred to Jin's grandpa having a Tiger Cub, but yet Park Mujin's name is a Tiger Cub. So that's why I do say or feel like Jin's grandpa did train Park Mujin a little bit. They both have X's on their chin. Obviously, they know each other in a deep kind of manner from something, somewhere, somehow. Now, also looking around and seeing what's going on with the new tournament, there's going to be 3 people, and I already stated there's going to be beasts, there's going to be heroes, and there's also even going to be, beasts, heroes, and I can't remember what the fourth one was. I thought there was gods, of course. How did I forget the gods part there? But nonetheless, it said they're going to have those 4 things. So we look at this 3-man tournament, and the goal of the actual, the God of High School's tournament in general, now we find out, is unlocking these powers. And through unlocking these powers, we want to see who holds the key. Now, the key to what? I don't know. Maybe it's the key to heaven. Maybe, who knows? Maybe the bad guys want it for the key to hell. Maybe the good guys want it for the key to heaven. Maybe they have a specific deity in which they worship. You got to remember, the enemy is in a cult per se. And now who they worship, who knows which way that's going to go. I don't, I'm interested, but that's part of the lore of the show. I mean, think about what the show does with its plot and or premise. It sets it up to where we have a tournament. It shows us great animation. It shows us some cool characters interacting. And it shows the tournament wrap up and feel like it was a nice little tournament arc in 6 episodes. And now we're diving full on into not just tournament arc, but plot. We're hopping right into plot points, plot in general, narrative, everything is slowly being unfolded as to what this is all about. Now, we only know what it's about on the surface level. We know that they want the key. They know the key can unlock something, and we know the cult wants to end, allow the world to meet its demise. And of course, the good guys like Park Mujin, we don't necessarily know what they want. They don't want the world to meet its demise, apparently. But nonetheless, who knows exactly what they want? They haven't stated. I mean, I thought Hans is such a cool character. He's that character is the brains on a deeper, level. He's that dude, that calm, cool collectiveness that kind of makes Jin's excitableness kind of, I guess, maybe doable, or maybe more so, I don't want to say necessarily doable, but I think it kind of like tones it down in a sense to where it's not annoying and it's not, I don't know. I think he's funny. I think he's a genuinely funny guy. At the end of the day, whether you have a cliche character or not, it all comes down to presentation. If you have a cliche personality of a character, but you present it in a very tasteful manner, it's going to be subjective, just like it is with like comedy. The character's personality would be subjective. We have many friends that have a certain personality and we love them, but then we meet someone that has a very similar personality, but there's a few things that are different that kind of rub us the wrong way. So that's something you need to think about as well. But looking down also really quick on my notes here, I did notice I do need to talk about Mira really quick. Now, the scene to where we have her sitting with the announcer, I mean, R.I.P. The announcer was cool as shit, too. He seemed like he was going to be a character that I was excited to see. I was surprised that they were actually going all the way down to giving the announcer some maybe, I guess, indirect, subtextual characterization, right? And you even saw him kind of the moonlight sword and the technique he used and all that stuff. And finding out he's blind, seeing his family, seeing his baby wearing the same eyeglasses as him telling his wife to go away or whatever, go back to the car. And then next thing you know, he can't win the fight in which he chose. And the same person that took him down also took Q down, the green-haired administrator, who was one of the stronger ones, which he's stronger than the blonde guy. It seemed as if maybe he was like the third strongest out of all the administrators. And I don't mean including Park Mujin. The girl has to be most definitely stronger than him. And of course, I think the red-haired guy is stronger than him. And I don't know about the white-haired guy. I'm not really sure. But nonetheless, it's interesting, man. Things are getting dark. Things are getting serious. So, but yeah, I mean, other than that, just trying to think about random things off the top of my head that came and out throughout this episode. I think that the show was doing a great job of actually showcasing all these characters come together and having to like kind of be on a team now in a sense. Because I originally felt like the administrators were against the Park Mujin team, right? Or excuse me, not Park Mujin team, but the Jin Mori, Hans, and Mira team. And it's cool to see all this kind of stuff come together. And one last final thing, this team will only go as far as Mira kind of allows them. It's a 3-man team now. I mean, what if it's just about a battle between 3 people every time and best 2 out of 3 wins? Well, you can't just be down 1 and have Mira lose every time. And at the same time, what if it's a battle royale, 3-on-3 every fight? We don't know that yet. Well, if Mira goes down, you can't have it 3-on-2 every time and expect to win it. This is too high of a level now. We're getting to the best of the best amongst the tournament participants. So we got to think about that. And I was going to say at the beginning of the episode, but then all of a sudden I saw Mira beat that one dude that technically lost to Don's pretty easily. So I was like, okay, maybe she's stronger than I thought, but no, she even acknowledged later on in an episode and kind of made me eat my own thoughts in a sense, or eat my own monologue in a sense. Well, I may have said that shit out loud, so maybe it was my words, but nonetheless, she does need to get stronger. She admits it, she acknowledges it, and they all do. It's not just her; they all do. These people are serious. They already have powers, magical powers that are deity-esque. We saw the dude with the aqua-colored hair and the dude with the short black hair fighting and drawing that mouth with teeth in the ground and drawing flames around it. There's a lot more stuff going on here than meets the eye. There's people that are way ahead of Jin and them. And, of course, that's why they're probably about to be trained. But, hey, tournament arc's about to start. So is our team up to fight first? Can our team really win this battle? What's about to happen? So, as always, guys, if you really would like, comment, subscribe, follow on Twitter, X25. You guys have been Hexed. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys.